Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. My name is Nick Santiago. Today is September 11, 2014. It is the 13-year anniversary of the 9/11 tragedy, so we just want to acknowledge that for one moment. All in all, the S&P 500 E-mini futures are trading down by $9 at the moment, so we have a pretty good sell-off taking place in this market. You can see the futures are trading sharply lower, so we want to keep watch of that today. Looks like just a few minutes ago we did have weekly jobless claims come out. It looks like they've rose a little bit, just 11,000 on the upside to 315,000 new claims. The claims numbers, though, have been pretty low. I don't think this is the reason for the decline. The real reason, if you ask me, for the decline today is very simple. It's right here. It's in the dollar yen, and you can see the dollar yen went above 107, now trading down to around 106.90. Dollar yen starts to move lower. That should start to deflate these markets a little bit. And all in all, not a big surprise. If you've been a member of In the Money Stocks, you know what we have been looking for over the past few days, beginning around September 8th. So again, we are starting to see a little bit of a decline this morning. We'll see if we do get more of it a little bit later. Now, there are some stocks in the news, and that's what we care about. So let's go over to a few of those names. We're going to start off with Restoration Hardware. You're going to see this stock is trading lower today. It's trading down at $77.80. It closed at $82.05. So a pretty good decline here for RH. In the after hours yesterday, stock did spike all the way down below $74. So that is something to keep note of. I'm going to watch two levels today. If the stock could get below the 77.60 area, you have a huge gap fill, which could be a solid buying opportunity around 71.25. So keep that 71.25 level on watch today. That is a potential bounce area. After that, the stock can go much lower, down to around the 63.85 area, somewhere down there. So Restoration Hardware, which in the past has been a big mover, I don't really see a solid support level till 71.25. But again, it has to get through that 77.60 level, which is a minor support level at this point in time. But keep that 71.25 level on the radar today for Restoration Hardware for a quick bounce. And again, all the levels mentioned in this video are just scalp levels. They're just potential bounce levels for 10 to 30 minutes. All right, let's take a look here at F5 Network. At Five Below, excuse me. This is like a dollar store, but it's a $5 store. Stock is trading at $40.05, closed at $42.35. I'm going to have levels for this in the chat room today, so we're going to look to play this Five Below today in the chat room, so we'll see how this one all shakes out and plays out, but we will look to play this one today. I believe Men's Wearhouse had some news as well. Stock right now is trading at $53.25, closed at $53.87. I'm not seeing really any major support here until around $49. I also like the $46.20 level if it does get there. $46.25, $46.22, somewhere down there. There's a really good support for Men's Wearhouse if in fact the stock does sell off down to that level. If it doesn't, leave it alone. There's not much you want to do with it. Let's take a look at Lululemon. They're in the news today. They reported earnings. Stock is catching a pretty sharp bid. I'm going to have some resistance levels in the chat room for us going forward. But the first level, which is a minor level, it will be around $47.82. The stock gets to $47.82. It should stall out there. I'm not sure it gets up that high, but I will have higher levels if it does, where we will look to short Lululemon. Next stock I want to talk about today is Twitter, TWTR. The stock's been on a tear as of late, but they did come out yesterday, and I believe they are issuing some debt. So if I'm not mistaken, I believe Twitter is going to try to do a debt sale. They're going to raise as much as $1.5 billion. I believe it's going to be convertible notes that they're issuing. So again, Twitter could be volatile today. Stock right now is holding up okay. It's trading at $52.50. It closed at $52.91. I'm not seeing a great level here. $49.25 is some minor support, so that's a level to keep on your radar today if the stock does get down there. Let's take a look at JDSU. Stock is in the news today. I think the stock is splitting up, so see a pretty sizable gap up. Stock's trading really right at the highs here. So I believe JDSU is going to split in two parts. So it's hard to really estimate what will happen there. but there'll be two publicly traded companies very, very soon. So we'll see how that shakes out. I can't see the stock really going much higher from this level, but nonetheless, you never know how high these companies can go when they do these type of break-offs or splits. So again, the stock is being driven up higher today, but once it gets to around $14.20, I have to think it should stall out right there. So again, I'm not looking for much more upside on it, but you never know on a day like today. So if you own JDS Uniphase, I would just trail the stop loss. If you're looking to own it, I would not be a buyer here. If you're looking to short it, it's a tough short, but $14.20 might be your spot. So that's what I'm seeing there, at least at the moment. There are some other equities that are in the news, but nothing is really moving that big. I want to talk about RBS real quick, and this is Royal Bank of Scotland. And what you're going to notice here is that the company has come out and said if Scotland breaks off from England, they will go and operate out of London. So again, we're probably hearing the same thing out of Lloyd's. So keep these banks on watch today, these Scottish banks, as they are looking to become English banks very, very soon. So that could be some movers. There could definitely be some volatility there. We're going to have to keep that on the radar and watch that one pretty closely going forward. But that is definitely something that looks like it is going to happen. Let's take a look at Kroger. Looks like they reported earnings. Stock right now is trading at $52.56. It closed at $51.87. I have to say the stock has a ton of resistance at 53. I have a hard time seeing Kroger get above the 53 level. I don't know if it's necessarily a great short up at that level, but if you own it, I would start to trail the stop loss because there definitely is resistance in that area. So Kroger, good little pop higher, but I don't think there's a whole lot of upside in this name. Let's take a look at MasterCard. It looks like they lost an EU court case over interchange card fees. So let's take a look at MasterCard here. Right now, the stock doesn't have much volume, but it is trading down from what I could see at $76.12. Again, a level I like for MasterCard would be around $74.60. So again, if that got down there, then I would get interested. Another level I really love for MasterCard would be $69.72. So those are two big levels today for MasterCard. But again, they did just lose a European court decision. So take that into account. That stock could be on the move today. It should be in play at some point this morning. So keep that on the radar. All right, let's move over to the gold market. The gold market today is trading down $2.30 to $1,243 an ounce. Generally, when dollar-yen goes down, gold will go up. Dollar-yen is still positive, but it is starting to pull back. And you can see gold has been creeping up a little bit, although it has pulled back in this last candle. Right now, the GLD is trading at $119.47. It closed at $120.26. I think there's a lot of support down here around the 119 level for GLD today. But it is downtrending on the daily chart, and you do have to respect that. It is still a weak, technically speaking, it's still a weak-looking equity at this point in time. Let's take a look here at the crude market. Light sweet crude, that's the crude that we use here in the United States, that is trading down $1.08 at the moment to $90.59. That is a pretty nasty sell-off. Let's go to the USO. USO, you'll see, is trading at $33.80. It has a little bit of support around $33.75, but oil has been very, very weak, and as I've been saying each and every day in this video, if oil can't catch a bid with all of the geopolitical events taking place, like Syria, taking place in Iraq, Syria, and Russia and the Ukraine, that's not a bullish sign. That's a bearish sign. So I would expect crude to potentially trade lower and be very, very careful trying to buy crude at this stage of the game. With that said, everybody on here, I'm going to leave it short. I'm going to leave it here short and sweet. Again, it is the 9/11 anniversary. Often the markets will be somewhat a little bit on the quieter side due to all the memorial services that will take place. So we'll see how this all plays out and shakes out. But right now, futures are down about 8 points. They're off the lows of the session, but I think that's more so due to the memorial services that are taking place. Be very, very careful today. Dollar yen is definitely on the retreat. Although it is flat on the session, you could see that it is starting to come down, and when that comes down, that is a negative for the stock market. With that being said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great morning, and we'll see you on the charts.